Ryan Garcia's jab at his promoter Oscar de la Hoya stole the spotlight during the recent pre-fight press conference. De la Hoya didn't hold back and addressed the situation afterward. He might not be pleased with how things took a downward turn at the press conference. How did he respond to Ryan Garcia's accusations against him and Golden Boy Promotions before the fight with Oscar Duarte? What lies ahead for these two after the recent drama remains uncertain.
Well, if you take a look at the interview that Bernard gave in the Rocha press conference, which was about 2 months ago, Bernard stated that if it was him as a legend, as a fighter, as a legendary hero, this is what he would do. He didn't say, well, this is what Ryan should do. So when you're dealing with kids, it's really hard to get across that message. And then you have Ryan saying this and that. So it's all BS.
Today, in a boxing events video, there was a big change in how Oscar de la Hoya and Ryan Garcia get along. This happened during a tense meeting before Garcia's fight against Oscar Duarte. Things got intense as Garcia openly criticized De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. De La Hoya got really upset and said Ryan should focus on fighting. When kids are involved, it's tough to make them understand. Garcia's comments made the press conference very dramatic. It involved Garcia, Oscar de la Hoya's company Golden Boy Promotions, and Bernard Hopkins, who is a famous boxer. This moment, it's a big deal in pro boxing. At an event, tensions flared up in the sport due to differences between young talents and those in charge. Ryan Garcia, known for his talent and charm in the ring, did something bold. During a press conference, he directly addressed comments made by Bernard Hopkins, a big name in Golden Boy Promotions. Garcia revealed that Hopkins hinted he could decide whether Garcia should keep boxing after his next fight. This upset Garcia because he felt only he, his coach, and his team should make that call. His response aimed to show he's independent and challenge the power structure. Garcia didn't like when Hopkins suggested he should quit boxing after a fight. He felt it wasn't just about him deciding if he should keep boxing or not. His coach, team, and everyone who supported him mattered too. Garcia disagreed because he wanted to make his own choices about his boxing career. This shows a bigger trend where athletes want more say in what happens in their careers. Garcia standing up for his right to make decisions about his career is part of this trend. Many young athletes feel vulnerable to managers and promoters. There's tension between Garcia and De La Hoya. Garcia thinks De La Hoya prefers his opponent and misunderstood things. He accuses De La Hoya of not supporting him enough in the past. This shows there might be problems in their relationship, like a lack of trust and support. Garcia feels they're expecting his opponent to beat him, just like they did before with someone else. Ryan Garcia, a rising star in boxing, spoke out about problems with his management. By doing this, he highlighted the need for fairness and honesty between boxers and their promoters. His actions made people think about how young athletes are supported in the tough world of boxing. This event made everyone realize that things are changing in how sports are managed. For Garcia, it was about more than just complaining. It was about fighting for his rights as a boxer. This incident showed how important it is for athletes to stand up for themselves. Ryan Garcia criticized his promoter, Oscar de la Hoya, and Golden Boy Promotions during a press conference, creating uncertainty about his future in boxing. De La Hoya responded by acknowledging Garcia's concerns about their working relationship. He seemed worried and took on a caring tone, mentioning that Garcia himself spoke about the problems he's been facing. De La Hoya said he's unsure about the situation but expressed concern for Garcia. De La Hoya seemed worried about Garcia's mental health during his reaction. He shifted the conversation from their professional issues to Garcia's well-being, trying to show the personal struggles athletes face. But this made people wonder if it was right to talk publicly about Garcia's mental health, especially when there was already tension between them. In an interview after the press conference, De La Hoya tried to explain the situation between Garcia and Hopkins. De La Hoya thought Garcia misunderstood Hopkins because of something Rocha said at a press conference 2 months ago. Bernard didn't directly say Ryan should retire after a loss, but he did talk about what he might do if he were in Ryan's place as a respected fighter. Talking to younger people can be hard, especially when they're saying things that create confusion. Dealing with this kind of situation is tough when trying to communicate clearly. Talking about Garcia as a kid showed a gap between their ages. This might make it seem like Garcia isn't seen as knowing much about boxing. It could create problems in how they talk and make decisions. De La Hoya's answer showed how hard it is for older people in boxing to talk to younger fighters. He hinted that it's tough to explain certain things to young athletes like Garcia. This happens because they might see things in boxing and career choices differently. De La Hoya's recent comments hinted at problems in his relationship with Garcia. It seems they don't understand or respect each other well, which can cause a lot of tension in boxing where things are super competitive. These issues can really mess up a boxer's career and a promoter's business. De La Hoya's reply also shows how important it is for a promoter to handle athletes. Promoters need to help their fighters succeed, but it's tough because sometimes they don't see eye to eye or talk clearly. Fans got upset because of how Oscar De La Hoya treated Ryan Garcia, a popular fighter. Garcia's comments made people unhappy, and they want him to finish his contract and leave Golden Boy. Some think Dana White would handle the situation better. This isn't the first time a boxer has had problems with Oscar De La Hoya in Golden Boy promotions. Canelo Alvarez had issues too. Alvarez talked about a fight between Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia on The Breakfast Club. He wasn't surprised by Oscar De La Hoya's actions. That's all for today's video. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon. Share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more videos.